What's happening, everybody, and welcome to Eddie's Wood. I'm your boy Eddie, and welcome to part one of building a TV unit for the first time, an amateur woodworker like myself. Yes, so welcome to the very first video on the channel, guys. Thank you all for being here. To give you guys an idea of what this channel is all about, I am a complete amateur woodworker, and I am going to be building things for myself, for my house, and hopefully learning how to become a woodworker along the way, or at least a mildly average woodworker along the way. Join me as I attempt to build a TV unit for my man cave upstairs. This is going to be going underneath the TV. Technically, the TV isn't going to be on top of it, but that's where it's going to go, and it's going to hold my PlayStation and some collectibles and some Blu-rays and stuff like that. I'll show you a rough design of what I'm thinking on the screen and whatnot, but that's what we're going to be building here together, from start to finish, the bare wood, all the way up to varnishing it, all the way up to, if I use epoxy, maybe, possibly, I'm thinking about that, maybe something like that, but all the way up to there. Quick disclaimer for anyone who's joined who doesn't know me, I am in no way a professional woodworker. I am 100% an amateur. I have some handy skills in terms of like construction kind of stuff. Nothing too huge, but just little things and whatnot. And I do use my hands for work. So I have some sort of handiness to me. But woodworking is a whole nother ball game. I have built one thing prior to this, and that is this bench right here. All the woodworking videos said you need a workbench, so I built this. I'm quite proud of it, especially for my first attempt. There are some precision issues. Things didn't always line up, and it took a lot of attempts and things like that, but that's all part of the learning process. And that's what I'm hoping this whole channel will be, you guys joining me in the learning process. And if there's anyone out there that has any tips or any ideas they want to shoot my way for things to be done better, or the best techniques and whatnot, 100% I'm open to hearing it. You can drop it in the comment section, and I'll be thankful for it. Thank you so much. So, yes, we are going to be building a TV unit for the man cave. It's going to be pretty simple, rectangular. I'll put it up on the screen, as I said. It's going to have 3 compartments, and then the last compartment is going to have a shelf in it as well, so I can put Blu-rays and video games in there. It's going to be each part is going to be sort of hollow in a way, so I can run cabling through it, and I'm going to put LED lights recessed into the top of it as well, so it can shine down. And then on top of that, I'm going to put a nice slab of, you guys are gonna have to help me out on the terminology. I'm thinking, I want to say oak, but I don't mean the specific type of breed of wood. I'm talking about the species of wood. I'm talking about that solid wood. Is hardwood the right word? But I want it to be live edge, so it's just gonna be like a hunk of tree, basically, like thick and stuff like that. And I don't know how I'm gonna cover all of this stuff. Is it gonna be varnish? Is it gonna be paint? Is it gonna be resin? Who knows? I do have an idea to etch a God of War logo, a video game in case you don't know, on the top wood that goes on top. But that's just all ideas right now. Right now, I want to concentrate on the TV unit part underneath, and we can go from there. Yeah, as I said, I have absolutely no experience in building all of this stuff. I will leave a list of my tools in the description so you guys know what I do have. I do have a fair amount of stuff in here. So I've got like a hand circular, so I've got a router, I've got a table saw, not very good. All this stuff isn't very good. I've got a miter saw, all that lot. All this stuff isn't the best stuff. I got fairly cheap things and things that I had already, just so I can get off the ground and so I can see whether or not I'm any good at any of this stuff. But in the future, if I am very good, if I do decide to make this more, if I do decide to make more precision stuff perhaps, or if I get better at it, then I'll upgrade to something more. So I'll leave that all in the description for you guys. Yeah, so part one of this whole series is to build a TV unit for my man cave upstairs where I play video games and stuff like that. I'll pop a picture up there of the man cave, and throughout the video I'll pop pictures of the plans and what I'm planning to do right here. But it's going to be something pretty simple. It's going to be a 2-meter-ish long TV unit, 35-ish centimeters deep. It's gonna have 3 compartments. The last one is gonna have a shelf in the middle that has, that'll be enough for me to put like Blu-rays and video games in there. And the other 2 can hold like my PlayStation or collectibles and things like that. Pretty simple stuff. The only things that I think are going to make it kind of interesting is that I'm planning to build the LED lights into the wood itself. So I'll be able to like route out the like some channels so I can put like LED lights in there. The whole thing is going to be built out of 2 pieces of wood like that and a hollow bit in the middle, so I can run like cabling through it and things like that. And then to top it all off, I'm going to be putting a wood top, a live edge wood top on top of it, and doing something with that. I'm not really sure like what the best thing might be. Maybe the guys in the YouTube comments can tell me. Should I be staining it? Should I paint it? Should I epoxy it maybe? I've never even looked at epoxy before, but I've seen other people do it and it looks fantastic. I was thinking about putting a God of War logo in one of the corners and then putting like blue epoxy or red epoxy into there and then like sanding it down, which could be cool. So that's an option, but that's what it's going to look like. TV unit, either stained or painted, we'll decide together. And then a wood top on top of it, a nice thick live edge wood top. And yeah, sounds simple, but I'm sure we'll have our problems along the way, being the amateur that I am. So yeah, if any of you guys want to help me out along the way, please feel free to. Don't feel like you're trying to be a backseat driver or anything like that. I know next to nothing, and I want you guys to help me out as much as possible if you guys have something cool to interject. Okay, so first steps first. I have bought my wood. My local wood supplier, my big wood supplier, for some reason only had certain types of wood, so I'm gonna have to do some glue ups in all of this, which is something every channel that I've ever watched, they just love to do, and I'm not gonna lie, I like watching it as well. When you pull it close together and that bead of glue comes out, chef's kiss. But all of this wood, and this is just for the bottom part of the TV unit, by the way, all of this wood cost me about £186. Not gonna lie, that seems a lot more than all the YouTubers, all the American YouTubers that I've watched when they talk about stuff like that. I watch these American YouTubers and they say, this TV unit costs $400. I can build it in $10 or $50 or something like that. And I was like, oh, cool. Mine will probably be the similar sort of ratio. I've seen some online that are like £300. I'll probably get this for £50. Not how that works. Granted, this is going to be proper wood, and that stuff is like chipboard and stuff, which is worse quality. But yeah, there is that little bit of a difference. But crucial, this is going to be completely custom to the exact way that I like it. And I'm going to get that satisfaction that I made it. So there is that. Yeah, that's everything right now. Let's move over to our first part, which is the glue ups of the boards to make them the right width. I'll see you guys in a sec. Okay, so what we have here are long boards of around about 2 meters, 2.1 meters by 175 millimeters, so 17.5 centimeters. Sorry for the Americans. I've watched a lot of American woodworking videos, and all you guys deal with inches. You're gonna have to do the conversions yourself. Yeah, because over here we deal with centimeters and millimeters and stuff like that. The whole TV unit is going to be about 2 meters wide. It's a little bit less than 2 meters. So I'm gonna do some glue ups of some boards that long, and it's going to be 35 centimeters deep, so 350 millimeters. At my biggest woodworking wood supplier, they didn't have any boards that were 350 millimeters deep, which was just annoying because I would have liked to have bought it and not have to do glue ups, but here we are. So I bought instead 275 millimeters, glued them together, 350. So that still works, and I've got a bunch of clamps already and stuff like that. So, and I'm used to doing glue ups because of this thing over here. So that's what we're gonna do. So yeah, join me for that process. One quick thing as well. There are like a lot of imperfections. I didn't get the best wood in the world, so this bit's gonna get cut off. But you can see there's like imperfections from like knots and stuff like that. Does anyone know how to get rid of smaller knots? So things like this. Does anyone know? Is there like a cool way to fill that or something like that, and then so it's ready for finishing and whatnot? If you know anything, let me know in the comment section. Okay, for now, let's glue these bad boys together. Yeah, let's do that. I've been told that overfilling this is not a big problem because you can just wipe away the excess. And that's what I've been doing. This bottle's been out in the cold, so it's a little hard. Come on, nearly there. Okay. Oh, that's most of that board gonna be, all of that board gonna be connected there. I did have a spreader here somewhere. It's a really big spreader, but it's a spreader nonetheless. It's actually spreading it really nicely. I'm already afraid of the YouTube comments mocking me. Okay, so I got that side down now. Trying to get these beads as close as I can. Because I don't have a planer that's big enough, a planer thicknesser, I'm gonna be getting them as close as possible, trying to straighten out as much of the bows as possible, and then sand hopefully where I can, anything to a good level. I know that's not the best way to do things. I see people, they run it through a jointer and planer and stuff like that, but I just don't have that kind of equipment. So this is what we're going with. Hope it works out. I'm gonna get some sacrificial wood to put on these sides because I don't want them to leave nasty marks. Also, if anyone has any tips on how to get rid of the excess glue, like the best way, please drop it to me, because I've destroyed a rag and I thought, well, surely that we're not going through a rag every single time we do this. Surely. I've got some bowed bits at the end. I'm gonna put some clamps on it. Yeah, I've got this bowed bit at the end just over here where it's not meeting properly. I'm just gonna put a clamp on the end of it to bring it to the right height. Which is perfect there, except I think I need a bit more tension over here. Bit more tension on here as well, so I'm gonna try that. The one thing I heard about woodmakers is that you need to have a bunch of clamps, just thousands of them everywhere. Damn it, that one's not big enough. All right, good. Well, we see what we're gonna do. Oh, that's not big enough as well. It's just too small. No. Damn it, I'm gonna have to use my super long pipe clamp just on this last bit here. Jesus Christ. Oh God, can I even fit it on here? Oh, okay, I need to pull it a bit closer. Oh. All right, there we go. All right, there we go. That's nicely held together. And that is what she looks like. Let's get rid of these ones. All right. And that is what she looks like. So that's going to be the one of the tops. So the way that I'm thinking about it is that each side is going to have a double layer. I'm going to make it, in the end, it's going to be 60 millimeters thick, each like leg and joint and stuff like that. So, and the thickness of these is 2 millimeters. So I'm going to put 2, I'm going to put another one. There's going to be a space in between. I'm going to put braces in between. And ideally what it is that all of those gaps are going to be ideal for running cables through all of the unit. I'm going to put LED strips on there. I'm going to be able to run cables for electronics and stuff like that. I think it's going to be pretty good. But yeah, that's the first step, the first glue up right there. And it's looking all right. I might put a clamp actually on that one there because I can see a little bit of a lip. So I'm gonna get that done. But yeah, let me know if there's some tip that you guys have for getting rid of. I don't know if you can see the shine in the glue of the middle there. There you go. What's your tip for getting rid of that? Do I do it when it's wet? Do I do it when it's dry? Does it come off better there? I'm worried that if I sand it, the friction might make it all gummy. I don't know. You guys can let me know. Now, let's move on, eh? All right, so that's the first board done. As I said, I need to do double layers of each one. So that means I need to make 3 more of this length, and then I need to do another 4 for the sides, shorter boards. So I've got another 7 more glue ups to do, and I've only really got enough clamps to do 1 at a time. So yeah, this could take a little bit of time. But I got nothing but time, so let's do it. Boom! All right. I definitely got some glue drippage at the bottom, but I think I can probably scrape that off once it gets dry. I guess on to the next one. I am choosing the best side as well that I'll probably use for like the inner and outer pieces. Of course, the top is going to be covered by that solid piece of wood, and the bottom is going to be on the floor, but the inner pieces will be relatively shown. Of course, I am also gonna paint it, or perhaps stain it. Maybe we can decide together by the time we get to the end bit. I want to make it white with like a nice dark brown on top with that top solid wood bit. So give me some ideas. I feel like a white and brown would look pretty good. But give me ideas. Is staining better? Does that because I know like the look of wood is beautiful and everything like that. Would that look decent if I was to stain it? Or should I just straight up paint it so it's like opaque and like white once it's all sanded down and beautiful and whatnot? Let me know. All right. I just realized I didn't need to do the bit at the end over there because this board is shorter than that one. So yeah, good little thing there. You can tell I'm a beginner. Okay. Spreader, where you at? Where's my spreader? Spreader. There you are. Fucking been looking for you everywhere. All right, so I've got the top and the bottoms all done, all the inside and outside parts done. Now I'm gonna do the side bits. I'm gonna attempt to do them all right now with all the clamps that I've got, because they are shorter boards because they're going on the side, and I'm gonna do both sides. So I only really need to do 2 long versions of these boards, and I'll cut them down the middle because they need to be like 60 centimeters. So yeah, let's get on with it. I managed to make it before the battery ran out. That's all of the glue ups done. I just need to let these 2 dry. All of the glue ups anyway for the outside casing. I've still got the center pieces to do and the shelves and whatnot. Shelf on one side. But that is all of the outside done, and I can build the outside as soon as this is all ready. All right, thank you for joining me for part 1, guys. Yeah, I'll see you guys all in the next one where we put all of this together. Yeah, it should be quite fun. See what techniques I use. I've got all the types of techniques I want to try out. The dovetails, the mortise and tenons, all that lot. We'll see which one we go with. All right, thank you very much. Tune in for part 2. Eddie's wood. Is that what I'm going to call it? Or polishing Eddie's wood? I don't bloody know.